Amber, are you insane? He hissed, spittle flying from his lips. Who told you to say that? We had a deal. I leaned back, disgusted, putting some distance between us. Let me correct you, John. It wasn't we who had a deal. It was you who unilaterally informed me that I was to be the scapegoat. When did I ever agree to that? He was speechless for a moment, his face growing even uglier. Do you have any idea what you've done? What good does it do you to drag this in front of the CEO? Do you want to get fired? He had moved on to naked threats. I looked at him and, to my own surprise, felt a small, bitter laugh bubble up. Fired? I repeated the word softly. Fine. Go tell the CEO right now. Tell him that because I, Amber Lynn, refuse to be your scapegoat, you're going to fire me. Go on. Say it. John's breath hitched. This was not the reaction he'd expected. I took off my glasses and slowly began to polish the lenses with a tissue, my movements deliberate and calm. John, the proposal for this project had 3 core technical sections. The 2 most critical parts, the cloud-based dynamic data matching and the user behavior prediction model, you took from my email at 11 o'clock on Tuesday night, didn't you? You said you needed to polish them yourself to present to the CEO to give the project a final review. I looked up, my eyes behind the lenses like scalpels, slicing through his facade. I just have one question for you. Those 2 sections, did you even understand them? His pupils contracted. His mouth opened and closed, but no sound came out. I saw the panic in his eyes. Of course he didn't understand them. He was a fraud who had climbed the ladder by sucking up and stealing credit. He probably couldn't even grasp the basic algorithms. His polishing consisted of deleting my name and typing his own. I continued, each word a nail in his coffin. The final version submitted to the client was the one you edited. You deleted the 2 key appendices on risk mitigation from my original draft. You probably thought they were just fluff, too wordy, not befitting your visionary leadership. If I'm not mistaken, the real reason the client rejected our bid wasn't because we were late, it was because they saw a castrated, deeply flawed proposal. John, you took something you didn't even understand and used it to compete for an $8.5 million project. You tell me, who is really responsible for this failure? John's face shifted between shades of green and white. He pointed a trembling finger at me, shaking with rage and fear. He couldn't form a coherent sentence. Threats? He had no leverage. Anger? He had no ground to stand on. For the first time, he was seeing that the subordinate he had pushed around and exploited at will had a strength he couldn't control. She wasn't a sheep. She was a wolf in waiting. Fine. He finally managed to choke out, his eyes filled with venom. Amber Lynn, you just wait. He turned and fled, practically stumbling over his own feet. Watching him go, I felt no thrill of victory, only a cold, bone-deep exhaustion. Fighting with people like him was draining. I sat there for a long time, until the tension in my body and mind began to ease. There was another knock on the door. It was the CEO's assistant again. She handed me a document, her expression unreadable. Ms. Lynn, this is your temporary suspension notice. The CEO asks that you go home and rest while the company reaches a final decision. I took the thin piece of paper. The cold, printed words announced another crisis in my career. But strangely, I felt calm. I knew this chess game wasn't over yet.